Welcome back. As Donald Trump prepares for his second inauguration, hearings of some of his controversial cabinet choices began with his choice for Secretary of Defense. And the report written by special counsel Jack Smith into Trump's involvement in the January 6th riot is released.
The cheers for Pete Hegseth as he walked before the Senate Armed Services Committee.
Force will remove members.
Met by protesters as the veteran and former TV host works to become the next Secretary of Defense. President-elect Trump's nominee has been shadowed by allegations of sexual misconduct, alcohol abuse, and financial mismanagement, allegations he denies.
There was a coordinated smear campaign orchestrated in the media against us.
According to a police report obtained by ABC News, a woman accused Hegseth of sexual assault in 2017. No charges were filed. His attorney says he settled with the woman in order to keep his job. Hegseth calls the encounter consensual. There are also questions about if Hegseth is qualified for the role. He has never led a large organization.
I know I've never run an organization of 3 million people with a budget of $850 billion. But what I do know is that I've led men and women. I've led people.
Hegseth has said women should not serve in combat roles. He has recently changed his stance.
Will you support women continuing to have the opportunity to serve in combat roles?
Yes, women will have access to ground combat roles, given the standards remain high.
Hegseth says he wants to restore the warrior ethos to the Pentagon and reestablish trust in our military. He says he has dedicated his life to the warfighters. Perry Russum, ABC News, Washington.
A scathing new report out from special counsel Jack Smith, who investigated Donald Trump's role on January 6, 2021, and his alleged efforts to interfere with the 2020 election.
The attack on our nation's capital on January 6, 2021, was an unprecedented assault on the seat of American democracy. As described in the indictment, it was fueled by lies.
Smith, who resigned from the Justice Department on Friday, accused Trump of unprecedented efforts to unlawfully retain power after losing the 2020 election, and said Trump's cases represented ones in which the offense was the most flagrant, the public harm the greatest, and the proof the most certain. Smith suggesting that his evidence was overwhelming, saying over 250 witnesses agreed to voluntarily be interviewed, with 55 appearing before a grand jury. Smith believes Trump was directly involved in inciting the violence on January 6th and concluded in his report Trump would have been convicted if not reelected president in November. But Trump has maintained his innocence, claiming that he wanted his supporters' actions to be peaceful.
This is prosecutorial misconduct, and his primary purpose is to steal another election.
The president calling the investigation politically motivated. Smith calling any allegations that his investigation was controlled by the Biden administration laughable.
Stay with us. This Week continues in a moment. Thank you for spending part of your weekend with us. That will do it for another edition of This Week. Enjoy your week.